let me know in the chat, and we'll get started with Jeff Ferrato. Go ahead, Jeff.
Peter, can you talk about what you saw on tape when you watched Saturday's game against Sacramento State, and sort of what your focus has been this week in terms of maybe cleaning some stuff up?
Yeah, we saw, again, it's been, consistently inconsistent. There's been times we played, football that we can all be proud of and up to the standard that we have here. And then there's been significant, series that we're just not playing up to our, in my opinion, our capability. So those are things that we've been talking about this week is how can we play consistently together, and a lot of the things that you see, defense, it's all of us in it. It's the play caller, it's the front, it's the linebackers, it's the DBs. It's truly a collective effort. And we had a defensive meeting, with everybody together on Monday, and we talked a lot about shared responsibilities. And we took some clips from what we had practiced throughout the week. There were some really, really good examples of what we practiced, and those same plays, those same situations, those same down and distances showing up. And then it becomes, there's the execution element of, you prepare, and when you get to the first tee, you get thousands of balls in the driving range, you get the first tee, you expect to hit that thing long and straight. So we have to go out and perform better.
Is it sort of like when you have some sort of a device at home and it's an intermittent problem that harder to diagnose? It doesn't sound like it's just one thing you can easily fix, but kind of this and that at different times. Does that make it more challenging?
I don't think more challenging. I think that's, that's kind of football in general. I think, you put one fire out and here comes another. So I don't think that's a big, a big challenge necessarily, but I think the overall theme for me is if we can do it once and we do it twice. If you can do it once, you can do it twice, you can do it 3 times. It's the consistent performance, it's the consistent execution. And, it's a collective effort of everybody, executing what the defense asked them to do for that play and then moving on to the next.
Thanks.
Okay, we'll go to Trace Travers. Go ahead, Trace.
Yeah, Coach. Lou got his first start at cornerback against Sacramento State. How did he look from your purview?
I thought he played competitive. For the most part, he was. I thought he was tight on his coverages when the coverage asked him to be. I think I went back and I think Trey told me the numbers. I think he had 11 attempts at him. I think he had 2 completions and then a PI, I believe. So that was that's a solid start for a player getting his first experience doing that. But what I like about Lou is he's competitive. He asks what he works the technique in which we're instructing on practice. And, he comes from a great program and we expect that type of play. And I think the more he plays, the more comfortable he gets. We expect to see a more confident player as he continues to develop.
And in that vein, what is it going to take for some of the other young cornerbacks to get into the rotation? Because it looks like there is some playing time available there.
Yeah, there is. It's and that's earned during the week. And it's not a cliche of the practice and the importance of the practice and all those things that earning your reps. And so much of that is on the practice field, but it also goes back to what do your meetings look like? What type of trust and what type of confidence does your position coach have to get into a staff meeting and say, hey, player X is doing some really good things. I think he's ready to go out there and help us win. So it's a cumulative behavior and the practice that goes along with those opportunities.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Jim McGill from Bear Insider.
Coach, what role does leadership play in those tough situations where you're in 3rd and long or 3rd and short and you want to get the team off the field? It seems like that's been a critical element of the success of the defense over recent years with guys like Weave and Konachek and some of the other ones who have stood out over the years. Do you feel like you have a lot of leadership out on the field, or is it more of a quieter group lead by play rather than by words?
I think we have some really strong leaders, Jim. I think, Elijah Hicks comes off as one. Josh Braden comes off as one. When Coyne was out there, he came off as one. In leadership, I think it instills confidence, but I think, those guys that are leaders you just referred to were the same guys making the critical stops. So the play is reinforced with, or the leadership is reinforced with the product and the timeliness of their plays, the toughness of how they play. And until guys develop into that role, there is a void. I think we have enough guys, but it's not where it has been in the past. But I expect that the locker room and the players will fill and develop into those roles.
Yeah. The young DBs seem to be the guys pretty close in coverage, but to Lehman's eyes, it seems like they're playing the man rather than the ball quite a few times, and lose a guy that tended to bring sort of an offensive mentality to his coverage skills at the high school level, having played wide receiver. Is that something you think will become more natural, playing the ball as well as the man as they get more experience?
Yeah, I think the experience part of it, it always leads to confidence. I think confident people attack the ball. I think people that aren't playing with confidence, they worry about the guy catching the ball, and it becomes a different style of mindset of when the ball's in the air. In our estimation, when the ball's in the air, there's no longer an offensive or defensive player. Now it's about competing for the ball. And there's things that we're doing on the practice field. We're including some drills, things outside the traditional, what we call EDD, everyday drills, which are ball drills, change of direction drills. We're adding some more in phase, the route happening down the field a little bit longer, making that practice rep feel more realistic, including some of the fighting that you see, on the top of routes and, the ultimate finish on back shoulders or, when you can squeeze them into the sidelines of trying to do everything we can to produce the game-like reps that we can in the practice setting.
Great, thanks.
I think Jeff Ferraro has another question. Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, Peter, this is the week, obviously, where you get to watch your son play in person. Just talk about how Jackson has played, how proud you are of him, and what's your routine with him, like during the week when it's game week against the Huskies?
He has improved a lot, and it is fun to watch him. I think his development, the more he has played, I think he's continued to be very invested in his body, and I think his body has developed well, and I think he's developed and he's playing a more athletic style of play. It's always fun to watch, people you care about and you love in those situations. So it's been, it's been challenging. We talk and, it's any not winning games or you're finding yourself with results that you expected. There's challenges, and they're working their way through things up there just like we are down here. It's, the only counsel I give him is showing up. It's persistence. You just got to keep banging away, keep battling away, and you got to fight your way out of play, or you got to fight your way out of a corner. No one's ever going to let you out. So it becomes the aggressive mindset of I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to own what's happening, instead of the victim mentality of something's happening to me. When you're a victim, you feel as if you have no recourse. When you own something, you believe you have ultimate say in what happens. So those are the types of things that we talk about. We don't really get into the offense and defense part. I do watch his film, but I do also, I watch a lot of other, guys in the conference that, defensively, to see what they're doing, how they're playing against certain people, any new wrinkles that, you can recognize watching film. So I watch a lot of guys in the conference, but, at the end of the week, I'll always watch that Husky film and watch 43.
And is your conversations with him this week the same as always? In other words, you're not, You're not talking about the game, but just talking as father and son?
Just talking, yeah, and we talked several years ago about, I don't think it's uncomfortable. I don't think there's anything like that about it, but, we talked that, the game is the game, but we didn't want anything to interrupt the relationship of what it is. I was very mindful of the competitive, the sensitivity of, information. So we don't share anything like that. But I still want him to be the very best version of himself. And, I'm always concerned how he's feeling and how he's doing, and just those typical conversations you would expect to have with the father and a son, or the father and a daughter.
Thank you.
Hey, guys, anybody else with the final question for Coach Sirmon? Give you a couple seconds here.